Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome to episode 9 of IXION, where, relative to the last episode, a lot of time has passed. 120 days to be exact. In that 120 days, or 120 cycles, I have harvested the area here around Chevy 34. Didn't get all of it, but there's just a little bit of carbon left and some hydrogen that I still can't use. I've taken to harvesting or collecting all of the cryopods here, so I'm about halfway through. And I think that we're in a pretty good spot. It's always a pretty dangerous thing to say when you're playing this game, but this time around, it's going quite okay. Let me show you what's happened. This is Sector 6. Sector 6 is the space sector. Well, it is supposed to be the space sector, but the game still doesn't recognize it as a space sector. This sector has been set up now with its own colonization training center, and it's almost completed the first cycle. I have about 15 colonists ready, and if I'm going to be able to do that 4 times, so that's 4 cycles, I'll be able to do the planetary colonization, or the test colonization on Viale 59. As for the Protagoras and its repairs, I do have a lot of food. Iron, not as much as I need, but considering the amount of iron that's still around to get these 200 alloys, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. I mean, in the whole system, we're gonna fleet view. There's currently 366 iron to pick up. There's another 300 to mine. So, if I can just keep my cargo ships going, it should all be working out fine. When it comes to the docking bays, I have set up all my mining ships here in Docking Bay Klang. Thinking that's a Space Engineers reference. This way, my cargo ships, both the Pandora and the Hringhorny, can immediately drop off their industrial supplies on Sector 1. And when it comes to Sector 2, we got the Wallow and the Whale. These two are set to bring in cryopods, which I don't actually need here, so let me fix that right quick. They're set to bring in cryopods and ice, as well as carbon. Right now, not that much carbon, but definitely a lot of ice. And so much ice and so many cryopods, in fact, that I'm currently not really making use of them. So let's make sure that this sector is set up to not hold any cryopods. They're all going to go to Sector 1. And that should keep the cryo plant pretty busy and pretty happy. There's still another 50 over there. I do have a sort of overflow cargo ship over here in 6. That's the Merkaba. And this ship is set up as, well, a bit of doing everything. It really depends on what has a priority for me, what needs doing. And considering my new priority, my new plan of getting the Pandora, getting the Protagoras, the resources that it needs, I'm going to set the Merkaba to do that. That's the new plan. Get the Merkaba to start working on that. In the meanwhile, of course, we're going to take all the crew members here and bring them over, or all the cryopods here and bring them over. Because at some point, I will be taking a bunch of crew members off the ship. And when I do that, well, we're going to have to find somewhere to fill up more population. When it comes to pops, I am working very hard on getting them all optimized quarters. And that, in tandem with doing some research, the total monitoring and predictive behavior modeling, believe it or not, they are actually happy. The trust is going up by 2.7% per tick, and people are happy. That's something I haven't seen in a long, long time. So, Sector 1 is more or less constantly exporting people onto Sector 6. In fact, let me set that up a little better. Workers and non-workers to 6, please, so that we can get these people some education on how not to live aboard the Tycoon. Because this is really not where I want them. Now I find that this happiness bonus is partially from propaganda, but also people living in optimized quarters. So I'm trying to get people living in optimized quarters here as well. It is going to take a lot of alloys in order to pull that off. So I am working on it. I've built a couple of these here. But it takes a bit of time. It takes a bit of micromanagement. And both of those are not necessarily available in any sizable quantities. So let's get another 40 non-workers from Sector 1 to Sector 6. Off you go. You're going to migrate to really comfortable quarters. And from there, you're going to get a really good education. There we go. Train 30 colonists. Done. Now, the professor has been really patiently sitting here. And I can start shipping the colonists. Actually, what did they need? Colonists and food, I think it was.
Population transfer complete.
Ah, excellent. There's another 10 colonists in training. I still have 47 silicon, and I believe there is more to pick up in the sector. Yeah, there's 205 to pick up, but only after we've done the iron. Let's set you on a slightly higher priority so that this plant can keep functioning. Because at some point I will be running out of silicon, and when that does, I'll not be able to produce anymore. My workshops have now been given the upgrade to automatically automatically fix buildings. That also takes away from some micromanagement, and I really quite appreciate that. It makes my life a lot easier. All right, Professor, remind me, what was the deal here? Yes. Oh, they also need alloys. Okay, so I can send 40, 30, and 30, or 60, 60, and 60. I got tons of food. I honestly don't know how many colonists I have. Oh, there, 30. And I'm gonna need 60. And I'm gonna need 60 alloys, which I also have. So, based on what I'm currently getting, how about just getting another cargo ship? Because I really like picking up stuff very quickly from this sector. Do we need more iron? In essence, the answer is always yes. Yeah, let's go get it. Let's go get more iron. Over here, I've set up a whole bank of storages, making sure that I can easily offload pretty much anything. He said enthusiastically, and saw that he doesn't have a deposit for iron. There we go. That fixed. This is iron. There. I would also like to upgrade these into having more transporters as well as more storages, so I can eventually upgrade them to having 300. I am storing my science points, so let's go and get a few more. Let's start working on storing more in all of these bays. More in this game is generally better. Because I don't know about you guys, but I tend to run out of stuff really quite quickly. Alright, the Hermes. The Hermes is going to get the job of starting the colonization process here. So we're going to start transporting 60 alloys, 60 food, 60 colonists. Off you go. I don't know how many more colonists I'm going to need. I mean, I have 40. I'm going to need more. So let's do another cycle and a half, pretty much. And make sure that we get more people shipped from Sector 1 to Sector 6. Only non-workers, Sector 1, Sector 6. Give me another 40. Commence your migration. And when it comes to housing here, I have 160 housing. I have 193 pops. So we're going to have to do something about the housing situation here. But at the same time, I cannot spend too much on constantly building these housing quarters, because we're going to run out at some point. Is this thing still set in reverse? No, it is not.
Population transfer complete.
Very good. Alright, so, are we actually shipping stuff yet? Yes, we're shipping alloys over to Deville 59. That's the first thing that we need. Then colonists, then food. So you can see food dropping pretty quick. And with a population of 840, I am not surprised. Let's set up a couple more fields here. Getting a bit more food produced is probably a good thing here. And I have tons of water. The whole sector's maxed out. And that is with another 95 ice aboard. So I'm absolutely not concerned about the amount of ice that I'm, well, currently getting / am able to get. Because there's still, if I send out a probe, that is a bunch of ice to mine. Let's make sure we know where a deposit is. It's not even far away. There. This way, always ensure you have a source of ice. If you don't, you might find that all of a sudden you run out of water, then you run out of food, then you run out of trust, then you die.
Probe has completed
It's generally a pretty quick kill cycle like that. Okay, let's make sure Sector 6 has a bunch more food. 40 minimum, please. How are we doing for supplying? We got 30 for 60. Yeah, we're gonna need to pick up the colonists and something else. Hermes is coming home. Pandora is coming home with silicon. Excellent. Alright, over here we still have 76 more triopods. We got 98 there. And I believe there's still tons in the system, right? How many? 400. So yeah, it's going to get pretty crowded aboard the Tycoon. But I think I can more or less handle it at the moment.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Okay, we got the integrated storage base unlocked. This means I can now store 10% more. Let's go and get the medium stockpiles. These will probably also take up more space. Well... Do I go for the medium ones, or do I just go for the structural reconfiguration? Because that's 20% more for everything that I have right now. This is going to require me to build new stuff. But it might take less space. Yeah, let's get a medium. Let's get a medium, and by then, hopefully there's still a 3x3 size. Otherwise, I'm going to have to completely reorganize the whole Tycoon again. Which will be all sorts of fun. Check, check. Well, kinda check. How are we doing on bringing in iron? Yeah, pretty good. Could bring in yet another ship. Just have yet another ship here. So I don't strictly have to have the rat here. I can just reassign the rat here. And start bringing in more iron here. So let's unassign the rat. Build a cargo ship. Have the rat assigned here. Okay, you live in Sector 6 now. Hope you like your new quarters. We're going to bring on the polymers here. And the Pushpaka Vimana is going to start harvesting more iron, please. That's the plan. How is our shipping process going here? No colonists have been shipped. Oh, you're going by order. Okay. So you're first bringing over this. That makes sense. Alright, so the ship's going to bring in iron. The ship's going to bring in silicon second. Make sure we keep these furnaces hot and supplied. That's priority 1. Get all the iron in there. Start making the alloys. After a bunch of cycles, we finally completed the colonization test. The temporary test colony has now been established. The colonists will periodically transmit reports on their progress. These will provide us with valuable field data. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to tell the professor to leave, and I hope that every once in a while we're going to get a bunch of science out of these guys. Because holy crap, there is a lot that I still need to research. In the meanwhile, I have ordered the repair of the Protagoras to get underway. The Protagoras still has 260 cryonic pods, but I've ordered not to pick those up for the moment. I just want to start getting the existing cryopods out. I mean, I want to make sure that these people get a life aboard the Tycoon, because my own crew is getting a bit, well, annoyed at times, especially I think this sector. Yeah, having more unopened cryonic pods than crew in the sector. There's currently 108 here in storage, there's 127 there. So, overall, these cryonic pods, these frozen people, outnumber the crew. Which, of course, is a bit weird.
Probe has completed its scan.
I have been sending probes everywhere, and I have been finding a lot of stuff. There's still a lot of ice. That's good news for my mining operations, for food. There is still a bunch of carbon. And what I'm interested in is finding another field of iron, because there is still a fairly good bunch of iron available, but I am interested always in finding more. Now, let's see.
An accident has occurred.
Oh yes, of course, another accident. We got a ship en route, right? I think here we go. Hermes is en route. They're going to drop off 30 every time. So, considering that this thing needs 100, we're going to be sending this thing back and forth quite a few times. Same for a requirement of 60 polymers. That's quite a lot. Now, I have also researched the requirement that I had for the Protagoras, which was the... what was it called? Some extendable thing? Retractable telescopic pole. Allows the Tycoon to temporarily power other ships, structures, or stations. So I now have it. I now need to build it in the exterior view. Let's see. How much is this going to cost me? 60 polymers. Yeah, no, sure. Easy. I have 60 carbon. I have 76 carbon to pick up. I kind of need this to supply the Protagoras, and then I need this to start supplying the pole. So, time to find a bunch more carbon. Oh, was that a really high deposit, or... no, just a bit. There's iron here. Oh, yes please. Come on. There it is. Carbon, iron, and ice. Pretty much for my ship currently, the Holy Trinity.
Has completed its scan.
Oh crap, we're not bringing over any of this stuff. My bad. Make sure we set this to iron. Cargo, sector 2, no iron, please. I shuffled around all of these storages so many times that it's hard to keep track of what is going where. But this explains why I'm not taking on any further iron here. What? Oh, the building storage is full. Yeah. I'm still working towards getting the upgraded version of the storage, the one I just showed you. I still need 13. But I saw that I also have some further upgrades for the research lab that I want. I also have some further upgrades for the probe launcher, I think it was. Because the probe launcher has advanced sensors, and that increases scouting radius by 40%. But you first need the PA assisted management in the tech lab. Alright. And in order to get that, you first need the personal computer. So that's what I'm currently working on. Getting the personal computer. I don't know why they don't have personal computers in a tech lab in 2051 we're now at? I'm not even sure. I don't know when we are.
Has completed its scan.
Let's see. Ah, very good. 300 more iron, 101 carbon. Keep launching the probes, keep sending out these things, and keep finding me resources, please. There's silicon out there. I'll take that, even though there is still a bunch. Hull integrity, hovering around 631. I have one additional EVA airlock that I'm not actively using, because they're already running at 70% efficiency, and it's just going to take a consistent amount of alloys. So I thought, you know what, let's not use this one. We do seem to have an issue in 2.
Warning. A sector is being overworked.
Yeah, pretty much all of these sectors are being overworked. This one's good. Wow. This one's really good. There are a lot of people here that I don't need here. So let's ship over some people. Let's make that like 50. Workers only, sector 1, sector 2. That does mean sector 2 is going to run a little low on storage. I mean, housing. Same deal. Oh, I built this sector out so inefficiently. Yeah, just go over there for now.
Has completed its scan.
Probe's completed some more. These little patches of road here and here are indicative that I'm going to have another bunch of farm fields over here. I just need to find a decent orientation for the farm itself, the crop farm. And, of course, I still have the possibility of kind of skipping over this one and going for the upgraded variant, which is the algae farm. But that's going to take 90 science. So I'm hoping that the Ville 59 is going to give me...
Complete.
Yeah, there we go. It does give you science every now and then, it seems. That's really good. Do I need to harvest that, or is the Tycoon going to automatically get that via transmission from the planet. Unknown. More crew members have died. I recently got a notification as well saying, hey, dude, more than 100 crew members have died on your watch. Like, yeah. They're not the best of the bunch. Oh. Problematic. Problematic. We have run out of ice. We have run out of water. And we're not producing any further food. Right now I have food. But this is a situation that needs to get dealt with ASAP. Because without this, we're going to run into food issues and a death spiral. So the Bardiche, you're going to only be mining ice. And your sole job in life is now to get ice. Your secondary priority, well, tertiary priority really is to get carbon. Oh shit, I didn't turn this off. 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 Go get ice. That's the deal. Go get ice. If you don't have that as a job, you can go and pick up some iron. But for now, start mining. Start mining swiftly. Alright, what else? Anything else around the Tycoon? Like close by? Not really. Bunch of hydrogen. Oh, carbon. Good bunch of it too. Where? There. Very good. How are we doing on supplying the Protagoras? 60 for 100. Yeah, we still need a bunch more. But the ship is already underway. That's the third flight, so we're going to get up to 90. Sadly, it cannot exactly give you a mixed load. Like, take 10 alloys and then take 20 polymers. Doesn't work like that. But DeVille is generating science. Prof, make your way over to DeVille 59 and keep harvesting the science there. Be quick.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Ugh. What accident? Oh, someone slipped. Okay. Sector 1. A bit of housing issues. Otherwise fine. When it comes to workers, I think we're doing better here. Yeah, optimal. We got more workers than I need. More workers. Fewer workers. Let's send some workers over from 1 to 6. There. 949 crew. 541 of which is in this sector. 542. Yeah. I got a lot of alloys. Start upgrading a few of these more crew quarters. So, yes, I'll tear down the building. Yes, I'll tear down the building. I tend to do these 2 for 1. Because it gives you a bit more population. A bit more space. But, at the same time, people really dislike the fact that you're kicking them out of their house. Which, I mean, I understand. They're temporarily homeless, but they're gonna get better better crew quarters in return. Here, go store this. Can I not ship anything other... Look to the other sectors? I don't know. Max. Max. Boom. Start shipping it out to the other sectors so we can make sure this thing gets emptied. Oh, this is going really quite nicely. We're definitely getting quite a good amount of science out of that colony. Very nice. 61 people are living on the streets. Come on. Come on, get the mech over there. Thank you. Oh. So at this point, this ship should be sending... oh, hold on, it can get a mixed loadout. 10 alloys, 20 polymers. Perfect. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted you to do. Alright, science has been completed. So I now have the personal computer in the tech lab. Thank God for computers. With that, I can get the... What was it, the PA? Because this was one of those, let's say, longer projects. I first want to get this storage. Medium stockpile, thank you. Housing coming up. There's another accident going on. There we go. 100 alloys delivered. Check. 20 polymers on the way. Moving on to 60. Yeah, I still have a fairly good amount of polymers here, but I'm going to need to save a bunch to get the Protagoras back online, and then to construct that pole thing on this ship. Yeah, whatever. We're going to have to do it anyway. Whether I like it or not. What's the fleet doing? Hermes is not busy. Sorry, Hermes is busy. Start getting carbon, please. So we can start getting more stuff. More polymers, please. And as for this, I'm not actively using it because it didn't have enough juice, but I do now. But my god, I'm seriously maxing out the amount of solar panels that I can without spending an incredible amount on this thing. Because the next set of solar panels is going to cost me 225 polymers. That is a lot. And I can pick whether I want to have set 1 or set 2, but it's going to be the same price. It's going to get worse, of course, but, well, we'll just have to live with it. We'll just have to live with it.
A new request awaits your attention.
What you guys want? What do you want? Also, house water. We got ice. Yeah, we got water, but not a whole lot of it. Food. I'm not 100% happy with food. So, what do you people want? Here. Sector 1 lacks food, while a neighboring sector has plenty. Recommend a food transfer. Sure. Sure. Well, I wouldn't say plenty per se. I mean, yeah, we have a decent amount, but not plenty. Okay, maintenance. Medium. Holy crap, those things are big. So the standards are 4x4, and these are then what? 8x8? Yeah, 8x4. Sorry, 8x4. But they can store 3 times the amount. So that's really nice. But, kind of as I expected, I'm going to have to reorganize my storages. So, we're going to empty this. We're going to delete this. Just clear those out. Oh, and these things also start to eat through your electronics now. That's nice.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Yeah, no, of course it has. Because we live for accidents. Bloody hell. High pressure cutters first. Just need workshop augmented building protocols. Okay. No. What else can I research? Maybe something from the next building, like this. This and potentially the health center, because I keep having accidents all over the place. I'm not sure if we're actually having these things addressed well enough. Let's just go for the algae farm, actually. Let's see if I can get that. And I might not need that extra farm. Go on, make water. Be quick, because we're going to need it. You, start taking on the additional alloys. Come on, I want to see what one of those new storage things look like. They are really quite big. How? Oh, they only open to one side. That's great. So that means that this is not going to work anymore. Okay, we're just going to have to redirect some of these roads. I can actually I can remove this whole airlock. Yeah. Let's remove the whole airlock. Because I don't need that anymore. And I can set this up to house all the food that I want. And I can set this up to house all the alloys that I want, at least temporarily. There we go. It's all going into this one.
An important message from our colonization mission requires your attention.
Speak. What do you want? We have completed our studies. We estimate colonization success rates on planets like Deville to be 2.73%. Oof. Not good. Please authorize extraction preparation. I can get them back. Or I can say, fuck you, you're staying. The possibility of crew member abandonment in the event of an emergency situation. This is not an emergency situation. These people are our family at this point. Brothers, sisters, mothers, whatever. They're coming home. One way or another. Okay, so let's set this up like so. And start storing alloys here. Start storing something else here, like carbon. Empty this out. Just a bit of management. Now, I want to see if we can get this thing operational. I mean, we will eventually, but not this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Lots of work has been done. Lots of progress has been made. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon for the next one. I know I had said to do hour-long episodes, but it's just untenable for me. It's really difficult to do because it just takes a lot more time. So, I hope you understand that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon for the next.